Hello, I'm David Oscar and welcome to Sign 7 News, bringing you the latest stories from the last week in the sign and wide format industries. This week, love song lyrics charm the streets of Bristol, Walk-thru billboard shines in London, the Vinyl Guys builds its team, and the endless possibilities of countertop graphics. First, Bristol City Centre BID has announced its Love Songs to the City signage will be extended to September so they can continue making residents and visitors feel at ease when navigating the city. The signs have been designed to showcase lyrics from popular love songs in order to reflect the city's music scene, summer activities and friendly community attitude. Next, out-of-home specialist Talon has collaborated with advertising company Leo Burnett to add to its ongoing Fancy a McDonald's campaign, including a distinct walk-through billboard. The billboard, which was situated at London's South Bank, featured a built-in service window where promoters were able to hand out free McFlurry ice creams to passers-by. Now, last week we spoke about wide format print company The Vinyl Guys, which is getting ready to open the doors to its first print business growth centre. This week we spoke to Alex Liggett about the beginnings of the company, how it has grown since it started, and the opportunities and knowledge the company has been able to share over the years.
So when I first started, it was a hobby. It was set up in the spare bedroom, desktop cutter in our spare room at home. And the more I did as a hobby, the more I enjoyed doing it. We started to sell a few small jobs on eBay, and I started to realise that there was a market out there for what we were producing. So when I started out, what I really wanted was to be able to go and put my head around the door of another printers and see what machinery and finishing equipment they had, to give me an idea of what I would need to buy in the future moving forwards. And I just couldn't find anybody that would let me have a look at what they were doing, talk to me about finding customers, or give me any help really growing the business. So what I decided was that once we'd got enough experience and regular customers to help other people, that's exactly what we do. So over the last 3 years, we've been running print business growth workshops, which really are day workshops on a Sunday, where people who are in the position that I was in a few years ago, with maybe a small business in their spare room at home, could come along and listen a little bit more to me talking about the journey that I'd been through, growing from a sideline into a full-time business. And on the workshops, we talk about everything from pricing jobs to finding customers, how to install certain jobs, and just all of the background stuff about growing a print business that you can't find anywhere else. The response that we had with the workshops was amazing. I was really surprised how far people would travel to listen to my story, really. But then when I researched it a little bit more and decided to grow the workshops, what I found is that there isn't anything anywhere else that is doing what we are doing. So there are plenty of dealers where you can go to open days. There's machine and material manufacturers where you can go and have a look round at their equipment and their materials. But there isn't anywhere you can go and look at a busy print shop, see the equipment that they've got, talk to the business owner about how they've grown that business, discuss pricing and materials, and really get your, for want of a better phrase, get your hand held through starting a business, growing a business, finding customers, and all those other little questions that I had when I was starting out. I think there's a lack of what we're offering in the workshops elsewhere because people are maybe worried about giving business to their competitors. What I've found is that there's plenty of work around for everybody, and for those that are new to the industry, to help strengthen the industry, if we help them doing work in the right way, pricing work correctly, then it strengthens the industry for everybody. But when we moved here in September, I took Chris on full time. Chris is a production manager here. Chris has got nearly 23 years experience in the sign and graphics industry, everything from engraving to installing vehicle graphics. And he's been a huge part of the growth of the business with his experience. 4 months ago we took on Tom, who's our 17-year-old apprentice who does a couple of days with us every week, and seeing Chris start to give some of his knowledge to Tom has really given me some enthusiasm to carry on growing the business and bringing on more team members in the future.
And finally, graphics company and adhesive specialist Drytac has highlighted the potential opportunities made available by printing and advertising on countertop graphics. Sean Holdham, Global Product Manager, lists locations such as bars, gyms and restaurants as common places to find countertops due to the welcoming and interactive nature of the premises that sport them. That's all for this week's Sign 7 News, but for now you can stay up to date with all the news in the industry at signlink.co.uk, view much more video content over on our Sign 7 News YouTube channel, or join in with the conversation over on Twitter and LinkedIn. We'll see you next week.